You know, when I came to America newly, I used to think African Americans are lazy. They don't want to work and all that. You will never understand the struggle of African Americans until you live in the system for 5 years. Then you understand that being black in the system is already playing you 10-0. Like you are 10 steps behind. The schools in black neighborhoods, they're all underfunded. The only thing you can find anywhere, everywhere in black neighborhood is liquor store. Keep drinking and keep yourselves busy. Now I understand why everybody's fighting so much to live in white neighborhood. Before I used to say they are not proud of their skin color. They don't love who they are. But they're actually fighting for their children's future. Because being black in the system is already playing you 10-0. You are 10 steps behind. Is it you that is coming with underfunded certificates that want to be competing with somebody that is 10 steps ahead of you? Being black in the system is tough. You see, African Americans and Africans, we are all the same. Let us not be distracted. We are all the same. The only difference is that one is living in America, the other one is coming from Africa. Let's support each other's business. If you see your brother trying to make ends meet, support his business. You get to the point now. Peace and love.
Even though I want to disagree with you, I get where you're coming from. When I see black people talking about racism, all that stuff, I'm like, what is wrong with these people? You guys have food, you have EBT, all this thing, and you're here shouting about somebody is racist too. Just leave that person and move on. I feel that way. Like, why are they always like complaining? But when Black Lives Matters started happening, like, I sat down, I said, I need to actually know why these people are pained. And if we look at the history, what they've done to them, like if you actually sit down, watch some documentaries, how they were maltreated, I don't think if I'm actually born, I will forgive those people. I don't care. It's easier for us Africans that were raised in Africa to feel like they're complaining because we were raised through struggle. Like I barely even have water, and you have water, you're complaining. But then it's not about the basic necessity or about how we are raised. We are raised like, I don't want to say way better. We might not have resources, but there are some way, like our own people will not look down on us or put us behind. So it's in their nurture that way. Like they just can't overlook it. And if you sit down and watch everything that the forefathers have been through for you, I changed my mind. No, they need to be angry. However, they should still move forward.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. This African who went in America, they are trying to explain more about the Black Americans. After arriving there, for them they thought that all they told them about the Black American is real, but this time around they found out it's all propaganda. These Black Americans, they are struggling a lot, they are passing through a lot because the system is always built to go against them. They are being denied a lot of opportunities. Instead, they allow foreigner people to have access in a lot of things. Guys, let's get it to hear them very well. Drop your thought in the comment section, then we'll come back with more commentaries.
I feel like a lot of Africans don't understand the African American experience. I never knew until I came here and started learning the history of what happened here. Like all the way from the end of slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, the civil rights movement, the pipeline from the school to prison pipeline.
The prison industrial complex.
Yeah, like all of this stuff. I don't think Africans have an idea of all these things that are put against African Americans to become successful. Like even the Africans that are brought here, we're brought and we're put into like nicer neighborhoods. They don't put us in Southside Chicago in like the worst neighborhoods where you literally have to get a gun to survive,
My family members in the US, when they go to the bank to take a loan, they will be given a loan. But when their African American friends go there, to take the same loan, they will deny them, from having a loan. When it also comes to jobs, for example, just to apply some jobs, my African family, with African passport, they will give them some jobs, and then the African Americans, they know they will not be able to have the same jobs. So God bless this brother here for explaining these things, to the Africans who thinks that they are in the United States and they are better than African Americans, because of their hard works, they are there. As he said, from the time of slavery all the way to the Jim Crow era in the United States, not only that, but even today, the way the system is built, you as an African with an African passport, the system will favor you than the African Americans. Because of why? The system knows that first, you are not American, and then not only that, but they can also put a pressure on you, just like at your workplace, to do certain things even you don't want to. Why? Because you do not want to lose your green card, or you do not want to lose your job, which might just put you at the risk of deporting you back to your home country. I have seen a lot of Africans, on the internet talking about African Americans being lazy, being this, being that, I mean, if you think because of your hard work you are in the US, why don't you sit your ass in Africa, to work hard to get what you are having right now in the US? But no, because you can't make it in Africa, because of the way our system back home here also is not enough jobs for people, not only jobs, but you, for example, who is from a minority family, let's start with, you will not have the chance, to be able to do something here, because it's not about what you know, it's about whom you know. The same system is in the United States put in place for the African Americans, So I want to see all of you black Americans, I want to see all of you black Africans, to work together, to know that we are all families, I am Africans. And then it hurts me a lot that by seeing Africans on the internet in the United States, trying to bully the African Americans, taking them as lazies, or taking them as they don't work. But this is what happens, if you do not learn your history, and not only that, you also think that white man is God, Trust me, so many of African people are brainwashed to believe in this, Sadly, we even have leaders right now in power who are working for the same people who are oppressing the African Americans in the United States. The same people, our own leaders in Africa, are also oppressing us. These people in the United States, these black Africans who thinks like this, they just think the same as some of our leaders here right now who are working with these Western powers to oppress the black peoples in general. So I said, it's time for you Africans, who thinks like this, to come on the table, to know that African Americans are our family members.
As an African living in the United States, I used to share the same sentiment that Africans share about African Americans, because I had a hard time when I first moved here. People used to always tell me, you're not black enough, you're an Oreo, you're secretly white on the inside, as if I wasn't literally from Africa. But I now understand, after living here for 8 years, that black in the United States is a very specific criteria, and anything outside of that just doesn't fit. But I want to help African Americans understand that Africans coming to the United States are immigrants, first and foremost. Then they are Nigerian or Senegalese or whatever country they're from. And then at some point, they are black. But Africans don't put black high up on their identity well, as much as African Americans do. And that is for legitimate reasons on both ends. And so when an African is coming to the United States, they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm an immigrant here. I have to do my best for myself and my family back home. The sacrifices that took for me to get here were no light work, okay? So I need to really align myself with what's going to make me successful in this country. And because it's the United States, it's the dominant culture, which is white American culture. And so Africans are going to instinctively ally themselves with the culture that's going to give them the most success. I mean, African Americans even admit that they have to code switch to be successful here, because that's what brings success. And so Africans are like, all right, we'll do that. And it also doesn't help that for a long time, Africans are fed a very negative view of Black American culture, and that's its own propaganda. But because Africans are so conservative and they're coming to a country where Black Americans have been labeled as the antithesis to this conservative traditional family values, they have, if anything, more in common with Southern Baptist white racist people. But that aside, going back to identity markers, Black Americans put Black first and foremost, and then everything else goes below it. And so they're thinking when another Black people come to our country, they're going to want to integrate with us, the other Black people, because Black comes first. And they get quickly disappointed in realizing that for Africans, Black and the identity and that coming is not first. Their immigrant identity comes first, and then their country. And if anything, for us as Africans to feel like that's my brother, that's my brethren, or whatever, you have to come from the same tribe as us, because we have so many Black people around, we don't automatically pre-select for Black. But Black Americans don't have so many Black people around, have had to defend and protect their culture amidst a dominant white culture, and so they are already pre-select and are overprotective for Black. And so that's why I think at the core of it, there's like a deep misunderstanding because of not realizing that we put where we put our identity markers and what we put first and what we prioritize are so different culturally because of our differences in trauma, realistically. And so it does make sense that Black Americans will be like, oh, my people, my brethrens, come here. And African Americans, or Africans, sorry, coming to the United States are like, I'm just trying to make it here. Like, it's a lot of work to immigrate to the United States. And so y'all can stay over there, and I can see why it's hurtful, and I can see why it's taken personally, and I can see the deep misunderstanding and the betrayal that African Americans feel. But it's unfortunate, and that's just a reality. But if we can talk about it from this perspective, I think we can get to a better understanding. But I also believe that Africans that spend enough time in the United States get to this compassion and understanding of the Black American community, because it is a very unique and specific set of circumstances for a culture to grow and to develop.
As a conscious African, I must push back against this constant display of ignorance by some African people against African Americans. African Americans must know that this is not the sentiment of a majority of African people. The constant disregard and disrespect of African American accomplishments, of their struggle, of their grace, of their excellence, of their fortitude must stop. It is embarrassing, it is heartbreaking. African Americans must know that this is not the truth. If you ever get a chance of visiting the continent, if you've ever visited the continent, you will know that you are loved, you are supported, and you are embraced as a member of this African family, because you are a member of the African family. And this display of ignorance by Africans, especially those Africans who have decided to settle on this soil, on American soil, must understand that it is because of the struggle, it is because of the sacrifices of African Americans that we are able to be here, that we are able to enjoy these things. And so you are exposing your own ignorance speaking this way. Stop it.
Honestly, I feel like as an African American, this diaspora bullshit.
I have to chime in here because I haven't seen a lot of videos with the AA versus Africans conversation, but this propaganda, this is so westernized. I literally just spent a week in Africa. I went to 3 different countries. I was there a week and a half ago. I went to Egypt, Morocco, and Senegal. I have literally never felt any type of tension between Africans and myself while on the continent. And that was not my first time on the continent. I have been to Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, Kenya. Literally no country I've been to made me feel unwelcomed or like I wasn't a part of those people, that land, nothing. Regardless of these conversations, please do not let these conversations stop you guys from visiting African countries, because it is not like that over there. I promise you. We have to stop this foolishness. Like, it's not going to get us nowhere fast. We all just got to love each other. We all look the same.
When you try to see this time around how Africans, after arriving on this land of America, they discover the truth they've been hiding from them. How come you grew up, especially as who stays in Africa, they told us that Black Americans, they are lazy, no wonder they are not progressing, they are just trash, they are sleeping, they are homeless, they are doing nothing, they are abusive, they are aggressive here and there. But these Africans, Americans, when you reach there at their land of America, it's when you are going to learn more about them. These people, when you try to hear the true history concerning them, connect to them, you will hear very well how the system has been always there against them. Always that system has been built to go against them in a way possible. No wonder these Africans, after arriving in America, starting to live their daily life on daily basics with these Black Americans, it's when they started to discover each and everything. No wonder they are saying, we've been lied about these people. These are people who are hardworking. These are people who are pushing so hard to make ends meet. These are people who has made a lot of things on this America, especially in American economy. This America we are seeing in nowadays, they invented a lot of things. But before we came here in America, we thought that these people, they are underdeveloped because their own mentality, they don't want to progress, they don't want to put more effort to do wonders to make it. But for sure, when you try to see this time around, how we've been saying the system of America, I don't know how they sat down and build each and everything to take away all right from these Black Americans. But also, we always like to say that these people, they never wake up and set each and everything like an obstacle on Black Americans. They knew what they've been doing. It was not a mistake. These people, they knew very well these Black Americans, their God is chosen. They know their identity. They know their power. They know their religion. They know what they are capable of doing. No wonder each and every time they try their best level to bring them backwards. They don't want them to progress because they always have that fear. What if these people one day they become majority? What if us we become minority? What if these people one day they wake up and start to retaliate on what our ancestors did to them? No wonder when you are African who went in America, you don't have any problem with the system. You have heard these people, they are saying when you apply a job, they will rather give you a job and deny these Black Americans. This is something alarming. How come African, you give them a job, and when the Black Americans come to apply same job, you deny them? It's obvious. They don't want them to progress. They don't want them to succeed because they knew that this African, they are stranger. Even any day, any time, they will go back to Africa. But these Black Americans, they belong here. This the people we need to target. This the people our eyes should always on them. We can't them let free. If we let them free, what is next? We don't know their plan. No wonder you see each and every time they try to keep pushing each and every time they try to push all those propagandas around the world saying that when you see a Black Americans, don't do anything with them. Don't go closer to them because they will teach you how to sell all these sort of trash things, drugs here and there. They will take you in their ghetto. They will mess up with your life. Imagine, even when we go in a Black neighborhood, you find that they are still underdeveloped. They never wanted to give them good hospitals, a good education, good roads. They knew what they've been doing. It's not something we say, why a lot of Black Americans nowadays, they will choose to run away from Black neighborhood and go in a white neighborhood. It's because this area are no longer safe. They made it that way so that they always have that insecurity in their area. And when you see this time around, some people, they are keep asking same question, what this Black American has done? They have done nothing. This is what we are saying. The system knew them very well, deeply, what people never knew about them. No wonder when you see some people saying Africans, they fight Black Americans. There is no any fight. We are same people. We are one people. We are created all the same as Black people in the same God's image. There is no any Africans who dislike Black Americans. They don't hate Black Americans. No wonder we keep saying when you are free to come in Africa, just do your research deeply and you are free to come. No one will come after you and do racist. No one will come after you and saying, what are you doing on this land? No, they will guide you on whatever you need to do on African land because we always take you as brothers and sisters. You have heard in Burkina Faso, Traore said, when you are Black Americans, you need to come here. There is no any passport. There is no citizenship. Just come here, do your things as a citizen. This is what we are keep saying. No wonder these Africans who come out on internet saying anyhow they want about the Black Americans. This is what they fed up in Africa. Most of them doesn't have enough research, enough knowledge about Black history, because most of us, we grew up in our school teachers only Black history. They never wanted to go deeper about Black history, especially even Black Americans. These are the things we knew as we grew up. We do our own research. We knew that this land of America, there is other race who been with this race has been struggling a lot more than we think. No wonder this time around when you see some Africans trying to say, I'm doing better in America because I'm putting more effort to work so hard. These Black Americans are so lazy. If you think yourself you are making a lot of money, you are doing well, why can't you go back in Africa and do your things in Africa? Why are you trying to think that because you are doing well, it's because you are working so hard? You can't even see the system the way is always against their progress. And for you, because you don't want to hear more or to learn more, you are saying anyhow you want. That's why this time around we are saying there is no any hatred, any misunderstanding should be among African and African Americans. No, 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 no. People need to stop. Even whenever you see some people trying to bring this conversation, you need to stop them. You need to let them know that they always try to divide you to conquer. They always try to let you forget your identity so that you be those people who are just stuck on island. You always feel that I don't need to know anything about Africa, and yet they knew that if you knew a lot about Africa, you feel happy to connect with your fellow Africans. You have seen some people saying we need to boycott Africans' business in America. As Black Americans, we are going to boycott them. Some Black Americans come to say, stop what you are doing. This is the evil plan. How come you are saying you are going to boycott your fellow Africans? Why can't you go to boycott these white people who are always against you, who always hate you? What is the meaning of this? I like this courage of these Africans in America, the way they are trying to go deeper, explaining that people need to understand more about these people. These people, they help you when you come on this land. These are the people who we always rely on when we are moving around, when you are trying to do each and everything in America. Black Americans, when you come in America, they are good people. They are kind. They always try to help you when you are especially a migrant. They will never hesitate to do whatever they are supposed to do on you whenever you need any help from them. You see? This is what the people need to understand. We wish most even African on African continent would know more about Black history, Black Americans, because most of people till that they know anything. They know anything about Black Americans. No wonder when you see they're saying Africans don't like me, those are the people who don't know more about your history. Those who know more about Black history, Black American history, slavery here and there, they will never come in out to say that what these people are doing here, why these Black Americans comes in Africa to buy land. No. No, 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 no. They will say you are welcome. This is your land. This is your ancestors' land. Come and do whatever you want. I will guide you. I will show a way to do things better. Guys, let me know what you think about today's episode, because after I come at this video, I think it's going to change a lot of things. When you keep talking in this same spirit, a lot of people are going to learn more about this. And maybe it will help them to change their mind about they've been thinking about Black Americans. And also, some Black Americans, they may change their mindset of what they've been thinking about the Africans. There is no any competition between African who went in America and the Black Americans on this land of America. No. People need to learn to cope, to live together as Black people, not Africa, Black Americans. No. This is something really bad. Guys, let me know what you think about today's episode. Drop your thought in the comment section. Thank you. See you in my next episode. Bye.